Today, I'm going to show you why you don't get any matches on Tinder. And I'm going to show you this through a case study on this guy right here, who I'm going to call Matt. Now, a lot of people like to self-sulk, a lot of men especially, about why they don't get any matches. They tend to blame it on the algorithm that Tinder protrudes out to the community, or the simple fact that women are a lot more picky and selective than men are. They tend to go after the top 10% of guys compared to men who go after, 100% of the women out there. And this is true. These things are true, which is why, women have a lot more time finding matches and getting likes on Tinder and Hinge and Bumble and whatnot than men. But there are certain things that men do that self-sabotage them in the effort to get women on these apps. They have shitty pictures and shitty prompts, and the DMs are not that great when they actually do match, so they never have any luck with the app and tend to just blame it on the app itself, which is not that. It's all having to do with how you put yourself out there. Now, what's my experience with the apps? I have only had Tinder and Hinge for about 3 months. I used Bumble too, but I didn't really like it as much as the other two. But within those 3 months that I've used Tinder and Hinge, I've gotten 1 or 2 matches every single day that I've used the app. And it actually led to a number of meetups. Now, a lot of it has to do with location. So like if you're in like a city of Timbuktu nowhere, like you're not going to find any quality matches there. When I did mine, I wanted to go outside of my state so I could just have like a fresh rapport of like new people on there. And I was able to score like a lot more than you'd think was possible. I think the second match that I got on Tinder, I was there with my roommate, who I was doing an internship with at the time, and I was able to convince my Tinder match to hook my friend up with her friend, and we were two-maning throughout the entire summer that I had those apps. The reason I'm off those apps now is the simple fact that I actually was able to find my long-term girlfriend off of Hinge. So if that's not enough proof that, you can trust me on this, I don't know what will be. But before we get into this, I just like to say thank you for all the love and support on my last video. It's gotten 75 likes and 75 views and counting from this today. So I'm really appreciative. Shout out to the guy Valid Bleach, saying you are underrated. Nice video, man. Really touches my heart, and I appreciate you all for supporting, continuing on with your support. Anyway, let's get into this breakdown of this case study of my guy Matt, and let's see why he is not getting any matches or likes and asking what he can do to fix it. First off, we're gonna dive into his pictures, and I want you to see if you see anything wrong. So we have this first picture right here, him and his puppy right here, and his bulging fucking biceps. Those are fucking massive. With this picture right here, I don't see anything bad with it except for the fact that his hair looks like someone just put a bunch of fucking duck fluff on it and told him to have a day. The puppy obviously points. You want to have some type of animal in your profile if you can. Girls do love that, but it's not necessary. He's obviously showing off his arms right there, which is a plus, but his style, his hair, you're gonna have to change the haircut, man, because that's not gonna lead you to any salvation. But that's not the worst picture. I would consider that like a 6-7 out of 10. Let's check out this prompt. 2 truths and a lie. He says he has a slight tism. I've only been in one relationship. I have never been outside the country. So about this prompt, slight tism, I guess some people would find that kind of funny, like you're quirky, haha. I would personally never say that I've only been in one relationship, because girls use the number of relationships you've been as a measure to how, I guess, much quality you are as a partner. I would never say I've only been with one person. I've only been in a relationship with one person. I've only kissed one person. Like I would put those numbers out of it. They don't need to know that stuff until like you're well into talking, blah blah blah. When I met my girl off of Hinge, we didn't disclose like any of that. We talked about exes and stuff, but we talked about that only when we were FaceTiming and getting more comfortable with each other. It was only surface level talks before that. I would never tell them I've only been in one relationship, because that might make them want to just like X you out right there. Like that's might be a red flag. I never been outside the country. Yeah, that's all right. I just changed that middle one. Okay, so this next prompt, he says his simple pleasures are house music. Teach his own. I don't fuck with house music though. My creations at work. My dog's wiggle butt. I don't know if I don't know what that means. If y'all have, if y'all know, let me know. But my dog's wiggle butt. Gym, sour candy, niche expensive tools, reading, and snowboarding. I have nothing to say to this. I have no problem with this. Just things that you like. And I'm never one to say like, oh, put this, put that, and try to just extrapolate on like what you actually fuck with. Because if you fuck with that, you're gonna find somebody that matches your energy and likes the same things you do, and that's good. But if you put on the front and you really can't back that up, it's gonna be a problem with you in the long run. So I like that. I like being yourself about this. It says he's 27 and he's 6'2". Height's always great. It always adds to it. I'm like 5'8". No, don't. I'm gonna edit that out. I'm 5'9". But if a girl asks, I'm 5'10". Girls never know your true height. Always add an inch or two if you can. They'll never know. And once you have shoes on, you're an inch or two above your real height anyway. So you always have shoes on. So I always put 5'10" in my profile. But for his job, his occupation, when I did my Tinder and my Hinge, I always put my occupation as a real thing, as what I actually did, And I'm just learning now that this is actually Hinge. I was saying this was Tinder the entire time, but this shows you haven't been on the apps in so long. But he says he take a guess for his occupation. Never do that. That's also a disqualifier right there. Always put what you actually do, because a girl will take that and be like, oh, he's probably broke or something, blah blah blah, or they're not gonna be interested in knowing what you don't do. Let's look at his actual pictures though. So I really like this one that he has on the bottom. I'll give this more points. I'll give this like a 7, 8 out of 10. It's always good if you have a social group around you, because it shows that you are a social person and you have friends and you're not just a loner. It shows that you actually like to go outside and have a good time, hang out with people. And it's also a massive plus if you're one of the more attractive guys in your friend group, because that will lead the girl to be like, okay, I'm going after the hottest one, and not want to hit you up because your friend looks a lot better than you do in the picture. So I'd say this is a great photo right here. Great to keep. Shows kind of your personality, shows a smile. It's good. I stamped that. Next picture, he's flexing again. Got the massive fucking hammers out for the fucking biceps. But the hair, man, like I don't know what he's going for. I don't know. It looks like Wolverine gave him fucking pointers on how to style himself. It just looks like he's also trying too hard, I guess. I'd only typically include like one, or I guess just one, I think, photo showing off your muscles like this. You already had in the beginning. I wouldn't repeat it. I'd substitute this out. I'm gonna give this like a 4 out of 10. Dating me is like having your own personal bodyguard, handyman, and gym partner. Here's the thing about prompts. You gotta put something in there that girls would want to respond to. Not even just girls, people will want to respond to. Like when I did mine, I put something that's controversial that pretty much everybody loves. And if you don't like it, they'll be like, how come you don't like this? Well, let me learn more about you. Like, for example, I've been off that for a while now, so I don't have it memorized. But for one of the prompts, it was just like, name your most controversial opinion. And I was like, cheesecake is the worst thing in the world. Now, what girl do you know that doesn't fuck with cheesecake? And when they see that, plus when they see the amount of other pictures you got and the quality of pictures and the friends that you hang out with and the things that you do, the fun activities that you're a part of, and they see cheesecake, they're gonna be like, oh, I have to hit him up because he's cute and he's a little different. They want people a little different, not people that are like, Oh, he's gonna be my own personal bodyguard, handyman, gym partner. Every girl wants that. Every girl knows you're gonna be their bodyguard. They know you're gonna protect them and help them and serve them and be, you know, a partner in the gym, whatever. They want something that's a little spicier, something that's a little different, something that they can respond to and dig deeper into. You know, with that prompt that I told you about the cheesecake thing alone, I had probably like out of all my matches, 75% of them swiped on that prompt. They responded to just that prompt. It was either that or one of the pictures of my face that they really liked. But I'm telling you, having a controversial prompt, something that will like garner interest, is something that ladies want to see. Next, we have this guy in the construction fit. So Matt, he's doing, it looks like some, I don't know, welding, or I don't know what he's doing. You know, I'm not gonna fault this picture. Some ladies like a woman in costume and in their work fit. Others don't like construction workers, to each their own. This is not a bad picture showing your occupation, but if you are to show what you do for work, you might as well just put it in your bio. Like, I don't know why he was hiding it. All right, so then we got, a life goal of mine is to run my own business doing commercial work and build a nice house. Clap it up. This is a good prompt because it shows you have ambition. Simple as that. It shows you have ambition, shows you have other goals in life you want to achieve. Nothing wrong with this. I think it's pretty good, but you have to have other prompts to supplement this one. You know, all your other ones can't just be mid to ass and this one be pretty decent. They all have to be pretty decent, or one has to be super, super inviting to a response. Okay, past that prompt, we're gonna go into the second to last picture. So this is the face picture, and this, Matt, this is where you lost me. Because I didn't notice it before, but he has fucking crazy ass eyes, and not in a good way. It looks kind of like serial killer-ish. And I wouldn't post that. Along with the hair, I don't know what you're doing still. And like, I'd get something that kind of just like rounds out your face. Like, you have like a larger forehead, so I get something that kind of covers it a little bit. But it looks like you're just staring into people's souls with this one, not even a smile. And if it's scary to me, bro, look what it's gonna do to the bitches. Like, I'm just trying to let you know. You're not scoring any points with this one. Like, 0 out of 10. Finally, for the last pick, another flexing one. Honestly, by this is like the third or fourth pick. I'm tired. We know you have a decent physique. You don't have to show it every time. Leave some mystery. Every time that, you know, when I had the apps, I'd post something that shows that I work out, but I wouldn't post a fully shirtless pic. You know, I'd try to leave some mystery in there, something that make people want to like dig deeper or see me in person to find out. You're showing everything out there. No one's gonna wonder what you look like underneath that shirt if you're already showing them what you look like, bro. You gotta leave some mystery out there. So this gets like a 3 out of 10. And with all your photos combined, I would give him a 4 out of 10, because outside of that one pic you have with your friends, you never show yourself doing anything more social. It's either work or a weird ass pic, or flexing. Work, weird ass pic, flexing. You gotta show something that like you're out in nature, something that, you know, you like to go to certain parties or festivals or have fun, like you've been to Lollapalooza or Coachella or something like that, or just like you've done this, been to this country, been to this state, and you know, have some pics showing your travels, your activities, stuff that you like to take part in. Because what you did so far, Matt, is, let me tell you, you just listed shit that you're interested in. You never showed a pic of you snowboarding. You never showed a pic of you, you know, I guess reading or whatever else you like to do, showing off your creations at work. That stuff is going to attract people because it's different to them. Everybody else is going to see the same, oh, he's just a fit guy with weird eyes, weird hair, with a job. That's what everyone else is going to see. You have nothing that's differentiating you from other competitors. And I'm gonna say competitors because it's true. You're competing against every other male on the app. You have nothing that's showcasing your own individual qualities, and that's where you're losing people. So I'm gonna give this entire profile a 4 out of 10. There's a lot of things that he needs to change, but he's not an ugly guy by any means. He has a couple things like the hair, most especially, and just the way he smiles. I guess the way he takes pictures up close. If he fixes that, he'll be good and take some better pictures. Show people overall what you like to do in your daily life. You're gonna attract more people. Like, he's definitely gonna attract more people. So I'm gonna see what the comments say, see if they kind of align with what I was thinking this entire time. So this guy right here, FarTurn8383 says, I think you should get a haircut that suits you. Okay. Like I've just been saying, I'm definitely onto something. You can't give baby boos also says, is everyone just going to ignore the hair? People have strong opinions, people have alike opinions, and if multiple people are saying this, man, you gotta have a different do. Trying too hard, cut out the bodyguard part, it's cringe. And that's exactly what I was saying. Ostrich Putrid 4770 said it best. He's trying way too hard. Never try too hard on these apps. It's not gonna turn out good. You gotta just let loose with it. Have fun with the app. People are gonna have fun with you if you have fun with, you know, the app. If you have fun with yourself. You know, if you take yourself seriously on this app, everyone else is gonna look at you and think you're just silly, bro. They're gonna think you're stupid and think you're not fun, not entertaining, not exciting. They're not gonna hang around you if you're a hard ass, man. Take some pride in just letting loose and having fun with it. And the people, they will come, bro. They will come. That's all I gotta say about Matt. This was the first case study, man. I'm gonna probably do some more of these because I feel like everybody else needs a lot of help, especially if they're asking Reddit for their opinions. But I enjoy if I can give help where I can and kind of just like direct people to better successes in their dating future, because I feel like if I was able to find, you know, my long-term girl off a dating app, anybody can. But you just gotta put the right foot forward. So if y'all like this video, go ahead and keep subscribing, keep liking, keep, you know, watching, and try to just like support your boy. And I'll do more of this, trying to help the community, try to help the male space, you know, live better, date better, be better. So appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.
You are restored. I was worried. Render me assistance.
This is not over.
Control lost.
I'm hunkering down. Your powers are mine!
Plasma? I like the cold. Control C.
Smoke screen. Enemy target located.
Sniper. Invisible? I suck. I found one of our critics. There they are.
No good. We've got a
Plasma? I like the cold.
You've captured more than half of the mission area. Keep going.
Need some ranged firepower.
That was a total blindside.
I am finished!
I shields up. You should have seen that coming.
Glory's almost yours!
Somebody's always trying to ice skate uphill. Judge, jury, executioner! Still got an edge.